Going to do a video analysis here on Jaxson. Take Jaxson into his leg lift. All right. Couple things here. Obviously, he's doing this in the house with a towel, no sneakers on, not on the field, on the mound, which is fine. We're just trying to get an idea of his mechanics. But I understand, and you should also understand, that this would not be completely ideal in terms of you're going to look a little bit different on the mound, right? Which is fine. But again, this is just to give us an idea where you're at on some deficiencies that you definitely need to work on and what you're doing really well. So let's break it down. So we go right into leg lift. Looks like you're looking at your target, which is awesome. Right? You see his eyes looking forward like they would be on the mound. Starts to drive forward, glove going forward. And strong follow through. One thing I definitely like is the follow through. Stiff front leg, torso in a good position right here. Not totally standing up, even though he had a little bit of a short stride here. Because again, being inside the house, you're going to have a little bit of a shorter stride than you would obviously in a game. So trying to keep that in mind as well. Now, lower body, what I'd like to see more of, right, is we're here into leg lift. You see a little bit shift in weight, right? You'll see a little bit of a twitch there where he starts leaning forward. I want to see that hip lead a little bit better, right? What I mean by that is rather than this foot right here, if we see his foot start to point forward right away when he's not even up. What I'm saying is his foot's pointing forward right here. His arm is not even up to the throwing position yet, right? So you're losing a lot of potential energy in the midsection. So what I want to see is when you're up here in leg lift, keep this leg straight, this front leg. Straight keeps that foot closed. And you try to ride that as long as you can while this back hip is loaded. So it looks like the back hip is pretty loaded right here, which is a good sign, means you're capable, right? We just want to have this back hip loaded with this front leg closed as long as possible as we get down the mound. And obviously, again, on a mound, you're going to have a longer stride than what you have right here, right? And then what that does is it allows us, as we go into front foot strike, to rotate, which you'll kind of see a little bit right here, right? Like you see as you get into front foot strike, even though you're wide open, right? We're seeing the hips and the back leg rotate into it, which is a big reason why you're landing very stable, which is good. And then we see you're in this position here, but then you're ending up in this position here. So you're getting some good trunk action as well, which is, again, another great sign. Arm path wise, I want you to really focus on coming down to the hip a little bit better. Right, from this angle, it looks like you're coming straight behind you, right? And then getting up into that 90 degrees that we talk about, which is good, but it's just a little bit late. Your timing is definitely off, right? So where we want to be is we're here in leg lift. We want to go, instead of what we're seeing here, where you're pulling back and then getting up into 90, I want to see more of when you're here, getting straight down by the hip and then pulling with that elbow up to get into this position that you're in here, right? That tweak is just going to help the timing a little bit better. And then we also see the front side as well. Let me see the front side. Front side looks strong. I will say that. So that's good. Comes out of the glove. You see that front side. Front side, I mean glove side. It comes out, pointed right at the target. So it's directing your body towards home plate. And then we're getting a good tuck right here. Keeps you straight. So definitely traveling in a straight line which is awesome. Good follow through. Coming back and literally slapping your back with the towel, which is awesome. Right, we're trying to build good habits with good extension out in front. That's great. The top things I would tell you to work on, Jaxson, would be when we're up here in leg lift, keep this front leg closed. Keep this front leg closed. Load this back leg like we do in some of the drills. And then focus on right here, driving this hip forward by pulling this knee in, which you're kind of doing, but I want you to be more conscious of it while keeping this front leg closed, because that's going to help you get later and greater hip motion. Arm path wise, not terrible. I think it's just a small tweak because you are getting up into that 90 degrees. It's just the timing is off, at least from this video, right? When we get here in the hand, we want to come straight down to the pocket, not straight behind us, because if we come straight behind us, it can lead to arm drag, which is what we don't want to do, which you kind of see right here. When we rotate, you see a little bit of movement here that can be arm drag. Right? Again, not a max effort throw off the mound, so it might be a little bit different, but the basis of the mechanics, I think, are very clear. And I think you have a good starting point, but there's definitely some things we need to work on. So please focus on those in your coming training and let me know what you think. I'm happy to answer any questions you have or make any adjustments necessary.